Rolling. Facebook Live Friday. Da, 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 da.
From Huntsville, it's Facebook Live Friday, and this is Amanda, along with Caitlin and the Huntsville Utilities Orchestra, inviting you to join Todd and his guests, Coy Bailey, and Baseball Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Todd.
Hi-yo. Thank you, Amanda. Welcome, everybody. This is Facebook Live Friday. You're probably getting my head cut off in the shot because I'm standing too close.
Well, sorry.
Okay, anyway, yes, this is Facebook Live Friday. I'm your host, Todd. With me, as always, is the Bonnie to my Clyde and the Jekyll to my Hyde. Amanda, say hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
And also joining us, as always, rarely in the shot, but always in my ear with your comments and questions. Caitlin, say hi, Caitlin. She said hello, everybody. She doesn't get the joke that she's supposed to say hi, Caitlin. But I could have just said, and now she said it. Okay. So how'd your week? Did you have a good week? How'd your week go, Amanda?
My week was awesome.
You had a good week?
I got back to working out.
Yeah?
Yes.
First time in a while?
Yes, I may have used an excuse for the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caitlin, you have a good week? She got to play some tennis, she says.
All
I didn't know you
right.
played tennis. She does, okay. Regis died. That was sad.
That was sad.
Everybody loved Regis. Can't help but like Regis. Regis was a good guy. And yesterday, of course, they had the funeral service for Congressman John Lewis. And I bring that up because I actually have a Congressman John Lewis story that involves me.
Oh.
I was in D.C. for a meeting, and I'm walking down, I don't remember what street it was, but it was there in the whole Capitol area. And I'm walking along, and I see, I'm going this way, and like crossing the street in front of me is Congressman John Lewis. Right there, I mean, it's close, well, maybe about twice as far as you are from me now. By the way, we are social distance. Even though we have our masks with us, we are social distance from each other, and I am, as usual, emotionally distant from my wife and kids. But I do have the official Southeast Missouri State University mask at the ready. Go Red Hawks. Anyway, Congressman Lewis is crossing the street in front of me, and I think, it's John Lewis. And so my first reaction is to reach into my phone, or reach into my pocket, grab my phone, and take a picture. But my second instinct noticed that there were two, on either side of him, very, very, very large gentlemen with him who looked to me like bodyguards. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. They certainly looked like they could be bodyguards if they wanted to. And so I thought, if I'm suddenly reaching into my pocket for something, one of those guys is going to tackle me and it's going to hurt. So I didn't take the picture. That's my John Lewis story.
All right. So no proof, but you got to...
No, there's no proof, but
okay.
It still happens.
Just, yeah.
Baseball came back,
And
now it's grinding to a
went away.
screeching halt.
Yeah.
I'm a Cardinals fan, born and bred, and Cardinals versus Brewers, which was supposed to be the Brewers' home opener, has been postponed because several Cardinals, either players or coaches, have tested positive. So I think personally, baseball season's a wash at this point. I don't see the point of it. Hockey starts tomorrow, and they're doing the bubble thing like the NBA, so maybe that'll work better.
I hope so. I'm ready for
Well,
sports.
we got Nolan Ryan, Baseball Hall of Famer,
Yeah?
on the show. You know what his nickname was when he was playing professionally?
Baseball dude. No.
The Ryan Express.
Oh.
The Ryan
Okay.
Express. So maybe he'll have some insight on that. And before we get started, today, July 31st, is this our 18th episode, 19th episode?
18th, I think.
18th or 19th episode. July 31st, very famous day in history. Anybody know why? What happened on this date in 1975? Caitlin, can you guess without Googling, since you have access to a computer and could cheat? Caitlin doesn't have a guess. Anyone? This is the day that Jimmy Hoffa was reported missing. Now, this is the part where Amanda says,
And
Who is Jimmy Hoffa? Yeah.
Yeah.
You did not know who Jimmy Hoffa was. See, we do this all the time. We'll be talking about something, and I'll say Johnny Carson or something. I know
who Johnny Carson is.
Okay.
I just might have. Well, yeah.
Okay,
I just
Jimmy
might have
Hoffa
to Google
was head of the Teamsters
see their
Union,
face.
and he had a lot of connections with some perhaps allegedly shady characters.
Right.
Of course, Hoffa himself went to prison for bribery for like 10 years. But anyway, he gets out of prison. He wants to be president of the Teamsters Union again. He goes to a meeting in Detroit on July 30th. That's the last time anybody ever sees him. And the next day, July 31st, which is today, 45 years ago, his family reports him missing, never found.
All right.
The movie The Irishman
on
Netflix
in
is
my
about
defense, In my defense, that happened before I was born.
Okay, but so did the writing of the Declaration of Independence, and you took July 4th off. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of rumors about what happened to Hoffa, the famous one. And if anybody out there knows, feel free to comment in the comments below what you think happened to Jimmy Hoffa. The big thing for a long time was they said that the mob, because it's widely accepted that the mafia had him killed, buried him in the end zone, one of the end zones of Giants Stadium, which was under construction at the time. Which, if you think about it, is really smart because nobody from the Giants team is ever going to be in that end zone. It just never happens. Anyway, our first guest today has been with the Huntsville Utilities Gas Department for how many years?
17.
17 years. And he's here to talk to us today about all things natural gas. Please welcome Coy Bailey. Turn the camera there.
I'm trying.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here today. Excited to be a part of this thing that can engage with our community. And I want to give a shout out to Todd and Amanda for doing such a great job. I think they've really done well with this.
You're too kind.
It's been pretty funny so far. So I hope you guys think the same.
Well, we are actually here in the natural gas and water operations building on the natural gas side, obviously. And this is part of what is known as the meter shop.
Yeah.
And so we do everything from here. Like if we've got a bad meter, it gets sent here. You check it out. Checking if it can't be fixed, it goes to wherever meters can be fixed go.
Sorry.
If you fix it, then you get it fixed. It goes back out. Bada beep, bada bop, bada boop.
Right. All the meters come in here and go out of here and come back here and go out of here. So everything passes through here. And
what in the world is the blue thing?
We're starting out here. It is what I primarily do here every day is test these natural gas meters. So these are residential size meters. This is a demonstration one because it's clear. They're normally not like this on your house.
That's what they do.
Yeah, so we'll run this test here, and I'll show you guys kind of what a natural gas meter looks like inside. It's running a leak test now, so it verifies that it doesn't have any leaks, and it does. This is a demonstration meter, so it's not one actually in the field. I just tested this meter earlier, and it was fine. It didn't say it leaked. So
how much pressure can a meter like this withstand?
These go up to 5 psi. That's the maximum allowable operating pressure on this case. And we have strict guidelines and regulations from the federal and state where we have to follow those guidelines on these meter casings. And National Institute of Standards and Technology and all those guys get involved in the ratings of those things that we work with every day, so we follow those guidelines. Does anybody out there in Facebook land have any questions about these? Or
if they do, Caitlin will tell me.
This is the first meter test that we have. It's an open test. It tests the meter at a higher capacity when it's running a larger volume of gas through the meter. As you can see, it's going slower now. It went faster for the first one. So the first one was good. It's saying that's accurate. It's green. That's nearly 100% accurate. So if it's not accurate, something is off, I'll go inside here and adjust this part with these little tools. So that makes it precisely accurate. So you're getting a perfect value for what you get delivered in natural gas to your home.
Woohoo!
So pretty cool, right?
I like it.
That one you can see inside.
I want a clear one for my house.
Yeah, Well, that's plastic. So this one, there's no MAOP on that. We really can't put any gas on that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, bummer. But they're cool.
Yeah, they're neat. This is really fun to do and to make sure these are running just right. So.
My goodness. So what's
there's
up
a
here
little
behind
history.
us?
Yeah, there's a little history in this room. I'm glad you asked. These are all meters from when we dated back to 1950, the late 40s. I think we were, beginning to start the Huntsville gas system, and we got it going good in the 50s. And these are those old meters. Those are starting out. Some of these, as we progress through the years, and a lot of these are damaged by cars and tornadoes. Tornado put that piece of wood through that roof.
Oh my gosh.
Of the meter. Yeah, and
That's thanks to a tornado.
I think that was Airport Road.
Airport Road.
I know this one was Airport Road when it was in '89.
Oh my goodness, here's another one.
Yeah, so those things happen, and we get out there quickly and respond to those and keep everything safe.
Now, I don't have nearly the natural gas experience that you do, but I'm guessing this one has a leak.
That one would not pass the leak test on my machine. No, no sir.
Now, I have seen in the past, in fact, Amanda and I saw this not too long ago, where you can take like an electric meter, and we saw one that had been turned into a lamp.
Ooh, yeah.
So these, there's not a lot inside this thing, as you just showed us a second ago. So have you ever seen examples of people turning them into like furniture or anything like that?
I
Well,
have.
look at the clock up there.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that one.
That's an old pressure recorder that we had. That we record high volumes of natural gas with. So that's how we used to do it with charts, and these digital ones replace those. But we turn them into clocks and give them to folks for retirement, or we do lamps too. We have some natural gas lamps that provide light. So you can traditionally the gas service kind of started with natural gas lamps and lights, but now we do primarily hot water and heat for your house. So
Right.
that's kind of what we've transitioned to.
Well, you want to give us a tour of
Well,
the
hang
shop?
on a second.
Oh,
I
you
got some
more?
natural gas historical facts here. Here's the first one. The Greeks, in the 8th century BC, built and dedicated a temple to Apollo, who of course fought Rocky, over a flaming natural gas vent, and the temple was called the Oracle of Delphi. So shout out to Carl Weathers.
Who's Carl Weathers? I'm sorry.
You've seen the Rocky movies.
Well, somebody else had the question too, right? Somebody
No.
out there had the question.
No.
No?
No,
Okay, yeah.
you're the only person who doesn't know who Carl Weathers is.
Okay.
Carl Weathers played Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies.
Oh. See, thanks. That wasn't that hard. All right.
Okay, do you guys want a tour of the shop?
Sure.
See
We
around?
want to see it.
Okay, great. So we're kind of in the middle right now, where we do things that happen in the middle. But now, the room we're walking into is where we repair the meters, and we make sure that they are refurbished and remanufactured precisely to the specifications and conditions that we're regulated to and that you guys deserve. So we'll take you past this room here, and we do some other things here like pressure regulation.
stuff.
So yeah, we've got a lot of neat and unique tools in here. So, and going out here to our warehouse, this is where we stock all the parts and tools that we need to do the work with. We've got a lot of industrial and commercial regulators here that make the pressure exactly what it needs to be, and industrial meters here, a lot of parts, and just a huge rows and stacks of residential meters here, because we're equipped and prepared for the growth that Huntsville's experiencing. And even though the nation's kind of slowed down, we haven't really slowed down here with our growth in Huntsville. We're still meeting the demand and focusing on providing the services to our new customers and the existing ones in our community too. And
Of course, this is how we buy them. We go to Costco and get a big pallet of natural gas meters.
I wish it was that easy. Yeah, these are slightly elevated pressure, so red dial in 2 psi. That makes that's a little special, unique application for a larger residential customer that may have a generator or something, like that on their house or their small business. A little bit larger gas load. So just walk through and, we see the commercial meter station. So these go on like a business, and we're chunking out a lot of gas through these, and this might go on your Logan's or some big restaurant like that, that cooks a lot. So
is this as big as they get, or are there even bigger ones?
There are a lot much bigger ones. But generally, we can go with a smaller meter if the customer can use a higher pressure, because we can fit more gas in the same space if it's higher pressure. So it kind of crunches it in.
Boyle's Law. Doesn't it have to do with pressure?
It does, yeah. We have
7 years of college right there.
That's very, very good, Todd. I'm impressed.
I was going to say 7 years, and what kind of a degree did you get there, Todd?
I got
a good one. A good one.
Can't prove that it's not.
It's been useful today. I'm happy that you suggested that. So we use some of those characteristics and laws of gas to make sure the measurement is accurate, because the standard for measurement is low pressure, but we have elevated pressure, so our commercial and industrial customers have to know how to count that gas, and it needs to be accurate. So we use these laws of gas to come up with equations and formulas to make sure that that's accurate. So it gets kind of complex at times, but
all right.
Actually, they talked about Boyle's Law on an episode of Law and Order. That's how I knew about that.
All right.
This is just kind of where we should have started if we were bringing a meter in.
What are all those on the pallet right there?
These are just meters that have been removed that are old meters from that demolished an apartment complex, so we had to go in and get all the meters at once. So we'll go back through and refurbish these and make them new again, and put a nice fresh coat of paint on them and test them and new parts.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Kind of different though compared to what we were looking at a second ago.
Yeah, this is just a different model manufacturer. This is called an Equimeter, and the other ones are American Meters, so just a different company. They're generally the same thing, about the same capacity, same operating pressure requirements, and such. So this is where the meters come in, and
this, of course, leads up to the bridge of the ship.
yeah.
Yeah. What's down there?
The ladder looks cool. We tell people that you don't know what's up there.
You ever slide down it like you see them do in like the Hunt for Red October, where they slide down?
Only when we pretend to be firemen.
Okay.
So, this is where we just bring them in, and they're nasty. You saw those out there, nasty. So we wash them like we wash dishes. I wish we had a dishwasher, but
Right.
we have meter washers. And
Okay, what's the orange thing behind you? That
This
looks
is a-
straight out of like an alien sci-fi
Yeah.
movie.
it's a nuclear incubator for the engine in our gas meters. No, just
I didn't know.
it's just a sandblasting cabinet.
Oh!
Yeah. So
I can't see anything.
it's kind of foggy
Yes.
because this. So you stick your hand in there, and if it doesn't hurt too bad, no, it won't hurt. This is a protective glove. So if you've got a meter that rusted up real bad, or parts and pieces that
Oh,
are
Todd?
critical,
What?
I heard it make another noise. Just making sure.
there's a small animal in there that is our guard. So this is where we get them cleaned up and ready to be prepared to work where we started our tour.
I think it was a good call to retire that one.
Yeah, that one failed the leak test too.
Yeah.
I think that may have been hit by a car. So that's what happens when a gas meter is hit by a car. You don't have to watch Mythbusters to find out how that happened. You can find it here on our Facebook Live.
Right.
So we deal also with the properties of natural gas as far as flammability, and we make sure that the parameters are safe when we check a house, like if it has a leak or something. So we know exactly what the thresholds are for the explosion limits and where we need to evacuate or whether, what type of gas leak it is, something like that. So you're in very good, safe hands with us.
Speaking of gas leaks,
Yes.
natural gas, actually does not naturally have an odor.
You're right, Todd.
That's right.
Does anyone who hasn't been working in the natural gas department for 17 years know the name of the chemical that we add to it in order to make it have the traditional foul, rotten egg smell so that you know there's a gas leak? Does anyone know the name of it? Anyone? Bueller?
I know. But first, I want to give you guys a chance. Anybody?
Caitlin, you have a guess?
You could just ask Google it.
What?
It's real easy.
No, it isn't sulfur. It is not sulfur.
I know it smells like rotten eggs.
It does smell like rotten eggs, and it has a very sulfur-esque bouquet.
But I didn't
But,
take too many chemistry classes.
Okay, it is called, and if I'm pronouncing this wrong, tell me, mercaptan.
You got it, Todd. That's the substance we put in our gas lines, and I occasionally do that too. And I go around and sniff all the places in the city and make sure they're stink. So, that's a fun job. I make sure I wear a lot of cologne that day where I don't take that home with me. So.
And the thing is, it says you can learn more about gas leaks by clicking here, but nothing's happening. Okay, I got another natural gas trivia question. Who is considered the father of natural gas? It's not Jimmy Hoffa or Carl Weathers.
Jimmy Carson.
I should know this, Todd. When you say it, I'll know it. Just, That's,
You know how much
that's
stuff
kinda
I
cheating.
learned in college that I don't use, and now my son's in college, and I was helping him with stuff because he's studying the same thing that I did. So hopefully he is studying.
Is it oil?
No, that's a good guess though. William Hart. But anyway, my son will ask me about something. It's like, I don't know. I was 20
I
years
was
ago.
about to guess William.
William Hart is considered the father of natural gas for digging the first natural gas well in America. It is said to be 27 feet deep, which it says here is a small feat, given that today's wells can be more than 30,000 feet deep.
Wow.
So I don't see why that's a small feat that he only had to go down 27 feet.
Yeah. When was this? Do you have a date?
It doesn't say.
Because the digging equipment wasn't probably as
That's
good.
true. He probably
Yes.
did it with a shovel.
Shovel
Older.
and a
Yeah.
I would
oh,
guess.
that would have been.
That's
That would
tough.
suck.
Yeah.
Okay, and last little bit of trivia here. If you took every U.S. gas pipeline in the country and welded it together, how many miles of pipeline would you have? Now we're just talking about natural gas pipeline because there's all kinds of pipelines out there.
10,596.
Do you have a guess?
I don't know. Around the globe.
Do you have a guess, Caitlin? 300,000 miles.
Wow.
Wow.
It would stretch past the moon.
Oh, that is interesting.
So
And you said that's just steel pipeline?
it says every U.S. gas pipeline is all it says.
Okay. I was thinking of just steel, but we have a variety of gas materials in the ground. We have plastic like the ones you have behind you there. Those are plastic gas lines. So if you want to take a look at that, that's a...
I saw the Blue Man Group play one of these in Vegas.
There you go.
It was really cool.
It's pretty fun.
This is why you should always call 811 before you can do any kind of digging, because this could be just, not too far below. I know we were talking 30,000. This could be just like a foot and a half.
Yeah, you never know what happens.
Yeah.
A contractor may come back through there and dig, and it may be shallow. So we try to place it safe level, but you never know. It could be low, and that's pretty easy to puncture relatively.
This is just
speaking.
natural gas. You
Yeah.
got water, you got electrical stuff under there. So always call 811 2 to 3 business days prior to doing any kind of digging. Don't think, well, I'm just putting a new mailbox in my yard. I don't need to do that. Yes, you do. Because
Absolutely.
you could hit something and cause an outage. You could, in the case of natural gas, you could cause a leak. There's also civil penalties involved. And you could also be charged for the repairs. And nobody wants that. So always call 811 before you dig.
Absolutely. Natural gas takes the path of least resistance, so if you hit a line, you may not know it's leaking, or something, because it may go in a different direction and go to your neighbor's house or something. So it's very important to call 811 if you're digging anywhere.
And natural gas is air, right? It's not liquid.
It's a gas. It's not air.
Okay.
It's similar. It's in a similar characteristic to air.
At room temperature, it's a gas.
However,
All right.
if you go to negative 260 degrees Fahrenheit, it will freeze.
Right there.
You have that?
That's exactly right.
So-
When you cool natural gas to 260 below zero, it becomes liquid.
And the energy, you may have this on your sheet, the energy content, we can fit 600 cubic feet in 1 cubic feet of natural gas if it's frozen. So the energy content is super condensed. And that's actually what they used on the Falcon 5 rocket for SpaceX, I believe. Or one of the Blue Origin rockets is having some of that natural gas liquid propellant. So I'm sure all these Facebook fact checkers can make sure I got that right. But.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. I learned something. I just like to cook with natural gas.
Yeah.
That's
Well, and speaking, we were talking about leaks a second ago. If you smell the rotten egg smell of natural gas, you need to let us know, so we can take
we
care
actually come out.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come out and take care of it.
Yeah, immediately. We treat that as a very urgent priority, and we have some very sophisticated equipment to really make sure that everything's safe with that, and make sure that it's natural gas that you're smelling, and we track it down and fix it, or either make sure the situation's safe.
And we actually have a vehicle, a natural gas detection vehicle,
Yep.
that drives around and can
Look for them in
look
the
for them.
pavement.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
I had to call in a natural gas leak. I could smell it. I got home from work one day, and I had the windows down, and I could smell it because I usually kind of make a big long loop to pull into my driveway. I could smell it. It was 3 doors down.
Wow.
And sure enough, I called,
Yeah.
and I was like, that smells like natural gas. And they came out and fixed it and put a little note on my door.
So the guys from 3 doors down lives in your neighborhood?
No. 3, it was...
You said it was 3 doors down.
Well, 3 doors from where I live. Like, not my neighbor, but the neighbor's neighbor.
Couple other things we want to talk about real quick. Of course, one of the big stories in Huntsville this week was the announcement by the Space and Rocket Center that they are in need of funds by October, or they are in danger of closing. So we certainly want to encourage everyone to go to savespacecamp.com. So was it .com or .org?
#SaveSpaceCamp.
#SaveSpaceCamp. And the last time I checked, they were closing in on $600,000 of the $1.5 million that they need. And of course, we certainly want to see Space Camp get saved, and the Space and Rocket Center as well. That was, You can find the link for the fundraiser by say that again. charity.gofundme.com, and then search Space Camp.
All right. Daniel wants to know if you've got your bubble kit.
Not ready. That would have been a great idea, but I've been real busy, so I hadn't had a chance to.
If you've ever seen our education days, Coy does a very cool thing where he takes a propane tank that's filled with natural gas and has a hose on the end of it, and he puts it in bubble mixture, and as the bubble goes up, he hits it with a lighter and it goes whoosh. Yeah. It doesn't make that noise really.
It's really
funny. I make that noise in the background while he does it.
And it's very good to heat your lunch up with.
It does, and you can feel it. I mean, because I've been 12
there's a lot of heat
that
comes off of that.
You feel that blast of heat, but so.
Well, it helps kids. They don't understand until they see it. But we got to see if we can find a video of that. That's got to be around here.
We've got to have video of that somewhere because we videoed it so many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Save Space Camp thing, by the way, we always talk about the most popular social media post of the week. It was the Space Camp link that we put on our Facebook page. So if you're looking for the Space Camp information, you can find it there as well. There was another post that we did. There's a city in Denmark that you hit the button to cross the street, and you see the guy who's either just standing there or the guy who's doing this. That's my impression of don't walk. They are replacing all theirs with Vikings.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
And so, what I think, and there was somebody on our Instagram, one of our Instagram followers thought this was a good idea too. We should have astronauts on ours.
That'd be great.
Yes. We should.
How do we do that? Can we do that? I mean, we fix street lights when they're. Don't we? Can we fix
well,
street lights?
but we're not the city. I mean,
We're kind of the city.
no, but we're not. We'd have to talk to some people.
Well, I have a feeling I'm going to get talked to when we get back to the office. What, Caitlin? Everyone wants my cell phone number. What? We got to find a better way. Oh no, I'm not saying that. Yeah, that'd get me. That would be. Yeah, that would be a very unpleasant conversation that I'd be on the receiving end of if I said that. So I'm not going to say that. She had a suggestion and then immediately realized it wasn't a good suggestion. But it would be cool. I think if we had we can start in downtown.
Yeah.
And then like
Maybe there could be
like, don't
some
walk.
kind of donation, and then it
Well,
helps
let's get
Camp.
Space Camp taken care of first.
I know, but donate some money to Space Camp, and we get to change our light fixtures.
Okay, so but like, what would don't walk look like? Just like a guy in a spacesuit,
Yeah.
and then walk. Maybe he's doing this, but then there's like the hose, like he's doing a.
He's got to have the jump.
No, I think
You know,
for walk, it's like
walking on the
he's
moon.
like spacewalking.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like this, and
Yeah.
the hose is coming out.
We've got some amazing graphic people in
Hey.
Huntsville.
One small step for man, one giant leap for traffic safety,
There you go.
pedestrian
Exactly.
safety.
There
Yes.
you go. Caitlin says to knock it off and move on.
All right.
Okay, so I had a great little song I was going to sing about natural gas, but the alarm just went off on my watch telling me that the time is up, so I'm not going to be able to sing my song today. And my apologies to Nolan Ryan. We just ran out of time today. We will try to get him on a future show. So you'll want to tune in next week. Do we want to talk? Because we kind of know what we're going to talk about next week. Usually we don't know till, we didn't know till like 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, yesterday. But
Yeah. We're just going to tune in next week.
tune in next week. We got
got a
something.
plan.
Yeah. Coy, anything you want to add other than telling us to get out of your office?
No thanks. We appreciate you guys watching, and thank you, Todd and Amanda and Caitlin for putting this together. You guys do a great job, and I hope this was fun and informative for you guys out there. If you ever need us, give us a call. We're happy to serve and help and keep you safe with our natural gas services.
Okay, I think that just about wraps it up. Amanda, you got anything to add?
Nope.
Caitlin, you got anything to add?
Happy
Caitlin
Friday,
says
everyone.
thanks. And
welcome,
and she told everybody to have a good weekend. So for Coy and Amanda and Caitlin, I'm Todd, thanking you for watching and reminding you that you can't spell utilities without you.